I only have one good Eisenhower story that I saw told by his son. After Eisenhower retired, he was a fucking general. He was a general.
Yeah.
He killed Hitler.
Yeah.
And then he was president.
And he was a president in a very good time. He's one of the few presidents that just kind of, I mean,
1950s.
He kind of started Vietnam, but
yes,
he was
damn good, meaty part of our history.
And Korea. But other than that, he had a pretty good time.
Got us kicked off in Korea for no reason. No reason. Zero reason.
Yeah.
Zero reason. Vietnam, nothing accomplished.
Turns out nothing accomplished. But at the time, you wanted to stop the spread of communism.
Yeah, no, that's what we're doing now in Ukraine, of course.
Yeah, we need to stop the spread.
Whatever, it's just good. It's good to just,
we need to stop Russia.
You got to just, kill Russians. Just Russians need to die. It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
But when he retired, there's a story I saw his son tell in an interview where he had made a putting green on his front lawn. Like he got Kentucky bluegrass or whatever. Like he got like perfect grass, and he had this beautiful, because all he wanted to do was putt in front of his house. Yeah. And then he had a corral where he had horses.
This is after he's president?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's done.
He's done. He's on the porch with his whole family.
Yeah.
And they're all sitting there, and a green horse gets out, an unbroken horse gets out of the corral and jumps onto the putting green and just starts taking bites out of it and destroying it. And his family looks at the general. It was their father, but they called him the general. And he just said, "Isn't that the most beautiful thing you ever saw in your life?" And they realized, wow, he's not the same guy anymore.
He's gone.
He's a different guy.
He's out.
Yeah, it's over.
We skipped one thing, which I didn't know.
Yeah.
Eleanor Roosevelt was his fucking cousin, was FDR's cousin.
Well, and it was
their
Teddy.
Uncle.
Teddy was their uncle.
Well, no.
Teddy was Roosevelt's uncle.
Teddy was
FDR's
cousin.
Well, he was like his
older cousin.
He was like a second cousin, way that your father's cousin is your second cousin.
That crazy brother was Teddy's crazy brother was her father, was Eleanor's father.
Right. They were all related.
They were related.
Yes. And Teddy was his hero.
Yeah. Yeah, he even got those glasses when he was younger.
Yes.
It's pretty nice. And then he got to school. He went to school as a young boy, and he was just surrounded by, his whole life he was around rich adults. And then he got to school, and everyone started whooping his ass. It's pretty fun. So now we're on Ike.
Ike, I don't know nothing about him except for that one stupid story about the horse.
Dumb thing about him being called Ike was everybody in his family, him and his siblings were all called Ike.
Right.
And
because it was his last name. Yeah.
No,
Ike. Yeah.
Eisenhower.
Dwight Eisenhower.
Yeah, but Ike has nothing to do with it.
No, it doesn't.
He said he had no idea why he was called Ike.
No.
He said him and all his siblings were all called Ike. They would call each other Ike.
Right.
It was like they're like, hey.
Was he the one where it was Dewey wins, that thing that happened? There was that newspaper headline that said Dewey wins the election.
Was it? For some reason, I thought
counted too quick.
For some reason, I thought that was always FDR holding that up.
I think it's FDR. Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know who all these also rans were.
Truman was holding it up.
Yeah.
So Truman got reelected.
That's right.
So now we're at Eisenhower.
So Eisenhower just running through it. So then after, so Nixon was his vice president, and Nixon got in trouble when he was vice president because people said he was doing graft, that he was taking money already when he was a young. First of all, he was a senator and he was a pinko hating. Like he started.
Was he in California?
He started the whole Red Scare.
Yeah.
And he went after a lady who was a local beloved politician, and he called her the Pink Lady. It's the first time that they started this thing of pinkos, communists being pinkos. And she went on to star in the Beverly Hillbillies. She's the banker's assistant. I don't know if you ever watched that show, the Beverly Hillbillies.
No, I vaguely remember the intro.
She was like one of the stars of the Beverly Hillbillies. He called her the Pink Lady.
But wait, so Pinko comes from Pink Lady?
Yeah, he started this Pinko thing, and he called it the Pink Lady. And he hated communists. And there's a famous picture of him looking at a piece of microfilm that it was supposed to be documents that he found that were being stolen by communists. And and they killed the Rosenbergs.
Yeah,
all that stuff.
But they had it coming.
What? No, they didn't do
Rosenbergs?
anything.
They didn't do anything?
They didn't do anything.
Wait a minute.
When the Cold War started to lift,
Anytime someone dies
when
in
the
history,
Cold
I'm
War
like,
started to lift, the KGB said, by the way, the Rosenbergs, never heard of them. Like, they gave us nothing. There was a giant red herring. We killed a married couple with children who didn't do anything ever.
They blamed the Rosenbergs for nuclear secrets, right?
Yes.
But they didn't do that.
No. And that's all. Nixon was really into that shit.
It'd be funny if they're like, we don't know anything about nukes.
Yeah.
I've never seen one.
So Nixon becomes vice president. He gets in trouble. And so he gives a speech on television where he's sitting at a desk. It's called the Checkers speech because he had a dog named Checkers who was given to his children. And they said it was a gift that he was supposed to register. You know what I mean? Like, he was taking gifts from people, pre-quo, pro, whatever you call it. And that the dog was an expensive dog given to his children. So he goes on TV and he tells his finances to the American people. And he says, and I'm an honest person. We didn't steal anything. And here's what happened. And he says, but there's been some comment about this dog. And my kids love that dog and we're going to keep it. And that was like his little moment that people were like, all right, you're okay. But people never really trusted Nick to call him Tricky Dick because of way back then. So then he runs against Kennedy. And
that's number 4. He gets...
Yes. And first, Kennedy was on the ballot. He tried to run...
Against Eisenhower?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
And then he got to the convention and he was going to be... And I think Kennedy lost at the convention. It used to be the conventions where they picked the guy.
Yeah.
To whoever the fuck... Adlai Stevenson? No, he was... his VP. I don't fucking remember how all this works.
Yeah.
I'm confused by it.
Sorry.
I think Adlai Stevenson was... I think Kennedy was supposed to... Okay, I don't care.
Yeah.
So Kennedy and Nixon debate on television. Nixon's
that's
ugly.
Apparently... Yeah.
When Nixon and
Kennedy's
Kennedy...
not the best looking guy. Everybody always is like, he's a hunk. You know what I mean? You know how everyone's saying he's a hunk?
What did he just say?
Oh, he's got headphones. Oh, he is listening. Okay. He is listening. Okay. Sometimes he looks like a bit of a goat. Like he's got wide, weird eyes.
He has bedroom eyes, girls like that.
Oh.
Yeah. I think he's a good looking guy. Him and Bobby were both good.
He's got me beat for sure, but
yeah. Well, you beat? I don't know. You're a decent looking guy. You're a nice looking guy.
Let me see him.
You're not handsome the way Kennedy was. I mean, that's a handsome face. That's a handsome man with that head of hair is unbelievable.
With that what of hair?
That head of hair.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore.
No, because somebody shot the back of it.
Who did though?
A lot of people.
Yeah, you think?
Like 6 guys.
I think a lot of guys shot him in the head.
So many. They dug so many.
I think there are like
bullets.
4 people that shot him.
Somebody with a paper clip.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Wait,
everybody.
do you have any opinions on that? Do you believe it was the lone gunman, Lee Harvey?
I think you can take any event in human history and find an alternate version of it if you dig and dig and dig. And I think a presidential assassination is just so interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't have an opinion. I mean, I'm fascinated by it.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
There are some
think
weird
about and to read about.
It's fun to look into.
Of course,
because it seems
the culture of it is like the greatest.
It seems kind of like something was up.
Yeah.
Was it because was he trying to end Vietnam? Or no, it had just kind of kicked off.
There's also the civil rights and all that stuff. He was ramming that down the throats of some guys, and I mean,
they offered him a false flag in Cuba, and he was like, "No."
Right. I mean, it's crazy.
There's a lot of
what he did, what he fought against the states. You know, like what's his name? The guy at college with the black kids coming in.
Yeah,
standing there going, "You're not coming in here."
Yeah.
There's a great documentary that everybody should watch. That's about Robert Kennedy, who was he made his own brother the fucking attorney general, which is insane, and who was like 20. But he made him attorney general. And at the time, what's his name was fucking FBI. The guy
Hoover. Or no, J. Edgar. No,
J. Edgar Hoover was the head of FBI, and he had to work under this kid, Kennedy. Yeah. And that was a lot of the tension in the country was about that. But anyway.
History hasn't been too kind to J. Edgar.
No, it hasn't.
Because he was gay.
Well, he was a cross-dresser.
That's why people don't like him.
Some people, I don't know which version of this kind of thing he was, but he wore clothes of a womanly nature.
It's all gay to me.
I don't know that he had sex with men, but he wore women's clothes. Two different things. I don't know.
He dressed up like ladies, and then he would try to blackmail like MLK.
Yeah.
he would write him.
He'd be like dressed in a woman's dress with lipstick.
He'd be like, I know what he likes,
saying, I know what you've been up to, MLK.
You ever see that letter they wrote him? The FBI sent Martin Luther King a letter that was like, you should fucking kill yourself.
Really?
We're going to out you if you don't kill yourself in the next 30 days.
Were they just trying to hurt his feelings?
No, they were trying to kill him.
It's just like in shitty text.
It's in typewriter. Like, they sent him a letter. I think
Martin.
Loretta Scott opened it.
Wow.
And
Coretta Scott.
Coretta Scott. Coretta. That's it.
Loretta Scott.
Whatever. It's close. One letter. Loretta opened it.
Coretta.
Correct. And yeah, she was like, what the fuck's this? And he's like, fucking goddamn FBI is trying to. Wow. He got caught cheating. And he's like, fucking FBI again.
Oh, I see.
But the FBI, it actually,
all these women.
But it actually was the FBI. He wasn't lying. But man, that probably was a tough sell to.
It probably was.
Your lady. Be like, this is
She's
the
like,
government.
this says you've been fucking all these women. He's like, but you're missing the
point.
The
FBI is trying to
kill me. The FBI is trying to kill me. Yeah. She's like, who's Louise? Honey, this is history. They're going to talk about this later in podcasts.
Eventually they killed him.
So Kennedy, here's a great Kennedy story. So Peter Salinger, I think his name was Pierre Salinger. He was a journalist who hung out with Kennedy a lot. So they're in Kennedy's in the Oval Office, and what Kennedy really liked bragging about was that he could get anybody on the phone ever. The White House operators could get any human being in the world. So he said to Pierre Salinger, "Give me a name. I can get him on the phone in 10 minutes." And he happened to know that Truman Capote was writing a book in the woods. He was like in a cabin in the woods, cut off, no phone, on sabbatical. And so he says, Truman Capote. And so Kennedy picks up the phone on the coffee table and says, "Yeah, get me a Truman Capote, please." And just hangs up, and then they keep talking. And in 10 minutes, he hears like they fucking got a helicopter and they lowered it. And yes, Mr. President. And so that's what he was like. He liked being president. He liked the fucking.
He was cool.
He was a cool president.
And Jackie was
the thing
cool.
about him, and because Nixon and Kennedy's stories are just attached. Nixon was a nerd and Kennedy was cool. And it's another thing like Churchill and FDR that Nixon was always heartbroken that people just preferred Jack because he was a cooler guy. And there's a little story that's I think it's in Kennedy's. It's in Nixon's, what do you call it? In his library about how the two of them, when they were senators, they were sent to Philadelphia to debate. Like they used to do this. The Senate would say, they get a Democrat and Republican, you guys go up and debate the issue. So the two of them were in a sleeper car together because they're going overnight or whatever to Philly or some city where they had to be in a sleeper car. And Kennedy, and so Nixon suggested who gets the top because there's bunks. He says, let's flip a coin. This is the story. And then they flipped a coin and Kennedy won. That's why it's a funny story to people. It's the first time that they.
Yeah.
But I picture this story like a fly on the wall. They're in the sleeper car and Nixon's like, just nerd, packed a little suitcase.
Well, how
Kennedy's
should we decide
fucking,
this?
he's just fucking somebody.
Yeah.
Kennedy's hungover. Good looking dude smoking a cigarette. And he's like, I got to be with this fucking Nixon. He hates Nixon. And Nixon's like, so I guess we should flip a coin. And Kennedy's like, what?
Yeah, just do it.
To decide who's. Yeah, go ahead, Dick.
Yeah. And he won.
And he's like, well, you won. Okay, Dick.
Great. Get up. Get up there.
Nobody gives
Get
a fuck.
the fuck up there.
Yeah, you fucking loser.
Climb up there.
Yeah, so that was them. And then, so Kennedy gets shot in the head and throat.
Yes. And the bullet
dies
somehow hits the guy in front of him a little weird.
What?
And he did have AIDS.
Yeah, he died of AIDS. It's the first one. Yeah, also it kills the governor or paralyzes the governor. Or
I don't know.
Fucking
some guy from Texas also got shot.
Whatever.
That's another one they said today's medicine he would have made it.
Kennedy with his head just empty,
His head
his
blew off.
emptied head.
Yeah.